Hello everybody, I am Surinder Kumar, TGT English from DMB Hoshiarpur, Punjab. Today we will be taking lesson An Alien Hand by Jay Narlikar. So before starting the lesson, let us ask me some question. How many planets are there in our universe? And can you name some of them? Of course, you know how many planets are there and you can name them also, like Earth, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, etc. And do you know which is the nearest planet to the Earth? And here, if you know, this is the Mars planet which is nearest to the Earth. And is there life exist on any other planet? So, do you know what is an alien? Yes, of course, an alien is something that belongs to some other world. So, let us see what happens in the chapter An Alien Hand. Now, the key points of the chapters are: An Alien Hand is a fictional, that is imaginary story set in Mars. Here we will talk about a young boy that is of your same age, lived with his parents beneath the surface of a planet, and the Tilu had never seen the sun and the star and wished to see them. Why he had never seen? Because his parents, and it was not allowed that everybody can go on the surface of the planet, because reason being there was a hostile atmosphere not feasible for life. So they were living underground. Now the other highlight of the chapter is that the father used to go through a strange passage. One day, Telu tried to escape unsuccessfully through that passage to see the stars or the sun, because he was very much interested to see them. His father told him that it is dangerous to go on the surface as atmosphere was very hostile. Now, there is another part of the lesson where we will see that the two spacecraft approaching to this planet, and a mechanical hand from the craft took the sample of the soil. Now, the NASA announced in the end that the soil sample had been examined and there is no life on the planet Mars. So, this was the highlights of the chapter. Now, let us start the lesson from the beginning. Story set in the planet Mars. An Alien Hand is the story set in Mars, where Telu lives with his parents beneath the surface of the planet under artificial conditions. Now, Telu's father went for work daily, and he passes through a special passage which was forbidden for him, but he was curious to know what was there. So, what was Telu's wish? Now, the Telu had never seen the sun and the stars and wished to see them. Why? Because he had never been allowed to go to surface. So, once his father was asleep after lunch, and he was sleeping, was taking rest, and Telu stole the plastic card that his father used to use it before going to the workplace. That card was needed. So he walked along the passage and reached the big door and inserted the card in the slot to reach the surface of the planet. So what did Telu do? He stole the card to reach to the planet, because that card was needed because there was a big metallic door which stopped the passage. So, but Telu was detected by the security. The Telu underestimated the security all over there. There were so many cameras, and his movement was detected. So, he was hoping to see the sun if it was day and stars if it was night. He had hardly walked a few steps, when he was detected by the security over there and taken to the control room. And from there, he was sent back to home. Now, the Telu, when caught and brought back to the home, his mother was very angry. And his father told Tilu that he could not go on the surface of the planet because the surface of the planet does not have the conducive atmosphere, because the air was very thin and there was environment which was very cold that can freeze anyone. So the atmosphere was hostile on the Mars, as his father told him that how his ancestors used to live on the surface of the planet earlier, and the sun grew so hot that first birds vanished and then animals, and then gradually artificial conditions were developed to live there. They take refuge underground. They had systems working on the surface that monitored the artificial condition, and his father was one of the team members. Now, his father went there as a team member. They were having special equipment before going to the surface. They were having special equipment which protected them from the hostile atmosphere. So the Tilu was forbidden not to go there. Now next part of the lesson is that there are two space aircraft that approach the planet. What happened? The one day in the control room on the surface of the planet, everyone was glued to the screen which showed a spacecraft coming towards the planet. And why they were coming? Now we will discuss about that. But they got the news that two space aircraft were heading toward the planet, and one of them had already surrounded the planet. So this was the situation, and the president holds a meeting in this regard, and he decided not to interfere with the spacecraft. There were other members in the meeting also, and the members were not given name, and they were called number 1, number 2, number 3. And the member also suggested that they should not interfere with the movement for the time being, because they do not know how powerful they are. The spacecraft which are approaching to them, how power they are having, and they will not be able to know what are their intentions. So we should not interfere. Let them approach first. Or if anything mischief will be done, they will be freezed. They will be made inactive. So Tilu goes to his father's office, and while everyone watches the movement of the spacecraft, he is attracted by the button on the screen. Now what was happening, that a mechanical hand came out from one of the spacecraft, and he was trying to take the sample of the soil of the planet. And the Tilu with his father also arrived there. And Tilu saw the red button, and he was so much attracted by that red button that he pressed it. The moment he pressed the button, the mechanical hand stopped working. Now, what happened then? Then it starts working again after the efforts of the planet it was sent from. Now the people who were responsible for sending those aircrafts, space aircraft, to that planet, they did something, because they are also highly technical people. They did something from their remote area and get the thing right. Then the mechanical hand started working, and it digs samples from the surface. And in the end, we come to know that the NASA, National Aeronautical Space Administration, that is run by USA, that announced that the soil, after being examining, and there is no sign of life on the planet. They reached to this conclusion. And after examining the soil, whether the life exists on the earth, they could not find anything in it that proves that the life exists on the planet Mars. So, with this, we come to the end of the lesson, and let us discuss some vocabulary words. First is forbidden. Forbidden means not allowed. Second, beckon. Beckon means inviting. Siesta. Siesta is nap after lunch. A short break, a short sleep which we take after lunch. Siesta. Habitat. Habitat means shelter or home. Detected, found out. Intruder. Intruder is someone who enters into your home without your permission. And briefed. Briefed is informed and escorted, taken or led. With this, we come to the end of the lesson. Thank you very much.